Do it, do it, do it.
Alrighty. All good?
It is on.
Good here.
Hello.
Can you see Dustin? You good?
Yes.
Sweet.
Alrighty. So, last time we played, it's been a little while. You all finished exploring the catacombs, killing the last remaining enemies at the crossroads that you had passed a few different times. Discovering the kitchen, prison cells, and the last bedroom with another journal mentioning the cache that you'd already found. And seeing a chain shirt of resistance to acid in that room. At that point, having completed the first floor, you all decided to exit. Upon exiting, your items were appraised, and your first payment from the run was given. You kept most of the spoils from your exploration through there. The only magic item that you sold was that chain shirt, which happened to be very expensive and cover the rest of the 10% that you would have to pay to the expedition. Tenla also informed you that she had received a summons for your group from Femwith, and in the name of being prudent and protecting those under her, she asked if you would subject yourself to a Zone of Truth spell. Two of you resisted that spell, and the rest answered her questions about hiding anything from the expedition and if you were involved with killing Quesh. After some arguments around invasion of privacy and the others vouching for them under the effects of the spell still, Tenla dropped pushing that any further. At the moment, yeah. And then Tenla also had turned around and started dispatching some of the recovery teams that you ended up meeting a member of in a bit. She also mentioned that the teleportation tablet that you recovered usually leads to a cache that's in the catacombs themselves. She said that you could go back in, but you all opted for a rest and to come back later to do that when you're a bit healthier. Tenla was called away at the end of this session there to an emergency council meeting that she mentioned would be open to the public. And it being an emergency, it's probably going to be something interesting at least. She put Theris in charge and left. Theris, after she had gone out of earshot, told you not to mind her, that she's on edge. There are too many dead, or she has too many dead friends. He introduced you to one of the survivors of the previous week's cave-in, who let you know that the Emerald Hounds are in your debt. And we left off with Theris looking over your work and saying that he was impressed and that he's glad he vouched for you. And that's where we're going to pick back up. Theris, in the middle of speaking, I'm glad I vouched for you. Truth is, this well is running dry. Not the catacombs, the people willing to go into them. As profitable as it is, we've lost too many going into them. There's only a few teams left, and the others have had run-ins that cost some friends or close calls to it. Truth be told, I guess if you all continue the way you're going, you'll be the tip of the spear. Since those that do go in are always suspicious of each other after the Kevdarin ordeal, they really don't want to take the risks anymore. He kind of looks back and forth around to all of you.
Alright. I'm a curious sort. What ordeal?
Right, you're new. Do you want the short version or the long version?
I
Short
raised
version.
an eyebrow and looked at everybody else.
Give me the short one.
The short version is that Kevdarin was a part of the lead expedition crew. He found a new sword down there, killed his crew, the first watcher at the time, and as well as many waiting here in this room on his way out of the city.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Kevdarin.
Never heard of him.
Is Kevdarin, so he hasn't been arrested or punished or anything?
He left the city and we were unable to track him down.
Hmm.
This sword of his, is it special?
From those that were here, they said it was something new that he'd found down there. It wasn't his normal blade. Had a cracked gem, triangular, in the hilt.
Crack gem. He used it to kill his entire team?
According to Tenla, yes.
The legendary Go Crazy sword.
Guess so.
He was already a pretty driven and aggressive person, but I'd like to think he was driven a bit mad. It's the only explanation that makes sense.
Well, great.
Does anyone know where he went?
He fled the city. He could have gone anywhere from there. We had the hunters out tracking him for some time, but this was 6 years ago, so it has been long enough to be forgotten. He's still on some wanted posters around town, but there's still a reward on his head. But nobody's been able to find him.
I see.
Hmm.
And what was your name again?
His name?
Yeah, I pointed at him.
My name is Theris.
Theris, that's right. And
I'm
I
the
apologize.
first watcher at
Maybe
the
I
time.
was just distracted for a minute. I was looking at all the gold I just made. Why are you bringing this person up?
Oh, we were talking about the conditions of going in. Some teams get nervous going in after that happened.
Oh, all right.
Others would be doing the same.
You're just trying to relate to the danger of the job. All right, I understand. Yep, lots of dangerous things, dangerous people, dangerous stuff.
Dangerous teammates.
They got a bounty on this Kev guy?
And y'all kill me with a
Yes.
sword, I swear. I'll kill you back.
Who would do that?
Don't use
Apparently
swords.
this guy.
Quite a hefty bounty, to answer your question.
I've seen you use that dagger, Al.
How much of a bounty are we talking?
It has been some time. I'm unfamiliar other than I know it's a lot.
6 years, that's a cold trail.
Well, if it ever comes up, opportunity to get some money.
I guess if I see any guy by that name, I guess I'll knock him over the head and take him back here.
Sounds like a plan, but
You're not gonna find anybody by that name.
Yeah.
First step's always changing it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, cold trail.
Anyway,
Well,
Were we
Well-
planning on sitting in on the council, or
I was gonna have a date with a pint, but I know these two got a date with somebody else.
Oh no, they let us go.
Oh, good.
How's it going, Gace? So the Kenku that is currently still appraising some of the things that are coming through, kind of gives some clicks and nods and says, "Almost ready." And then you see her kind of splitting. She has a pile of coins and splitting those, and puts it into individual pouches. And that's when you would actually receive the gold that we talked about last time.
Hell yeah. There's a lot of coins.
Very nice.
You are free to go for now. We will send in some collection teams, and Tenla's put aside the teleportation tablet for you. So I would suggest coming back for that one. It's usually a hefty cache on its own, and
Alright, I'm
worth a
removing it.
pretty penny.
Removing it from my inventory.
Appreciated.
Gone. Alright, well, there's a council meeting for those who are curious, and there's a bar with a stool and a pint of malt liquor for me, so.
The Serpent's Fang is also on the table, right? That's not.
Serpent's Fang?
Yeah,
That's
the
the sword.
sword.
That I think you guys still paid for. So
Oh, we paid.
Yeah,
okay,
we
so
did
we
all the
covered that.
exchanges.
you guys got
last time.
everything last time. Yep, but
Okay.
the chain shirt. I think the chain shirt
Yeah,
itself
the chain shirt was
also
worth
a
a
lot.
fortune.
Yeah. Our
Okay.
inventory
Because
should be accurate. I think we
The
split
chain
it
shirt
all
and the sword
component,
both were, I think, a lot.
Good to know. Good to know.
If I
Good to know.
remember.
All right. Yeah, I love that sword, so I'm into it.
Yeah, that sword's great for you.
Alrighty. So where to? How are we splitting this party up, or are we? What are we doing here?
I'd like to celebrate a good haul and go get myself a drink. I don't know about the rest of you wanting to engage in politics. I'm not one for it, but won't stop
Not
anyone.
engaging in politics. It's acknowledging that politics exist and that it's better not to be surprised by politics.
Well,
Yeah, we should-
information gathering? Right.
No, normally I'm not too forward on this kind of thing, but I think we should listen to this. This sounds like it could be important.
what
Or
if you
it
went
could
and-
be a water millage. Who knows?
Yeah, so it could be something really, really not
Emergency water millage.
Hey, sometimes.
Now we're here to talk about Lot 5, about constructing an emergency water mill outside town.
I mean, I'll come, but the second it starts to be uninteresting, I'm leaving.
Oh,
It's
I
up to
believe.
you.
I think there's gonna be some drama. You might be intrigued.
I think you're assuming that.
Did you
There I
read
go.
the adventure book?
As a matter of fact, I did.
How did you read my brain?
Chapter 3 is a doozy.
Huh.
Sounds like we're
We
going to
already
the
missed some
meeting.
very important things, though, so.
The environmental stuff was not working correctly. It is supposed to be slightly raining as well in the background here.
It is
You
slightly
can
raining.
hear that from the outside. So do we have a group? Is everybody going to the council upstairs then?
I'm following them. For now.
On our way. Mhm.
Alrighty. So, you guys have to make your way outside, out of one of the entrances. Kind of refreshing, fresh air as you've come up out of the catacombs. The air down there was very stale, but now it is replaced with a very kind of humid air that seems to be coming into a very cold rain. I've said before, it's kind of like early winter here. It's getting to the point where the rain itself is going to be like starting to freeze at night. So the slickness and cold permeate everyone here. Yeah, I can actually pull y'all up to the thing so you don't have to go around and find your way through. I saw somebody getting pulled through there. Yeah. Making your way.
Wait. Does it sound like it's raining to anybody?
It is supposed to be raining
Yep.
on account of all the clouds and precipitation.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and pull everybody here.
Argo, have you not seen rain before?
Yeah, it's that organic stuff that falls from the sky. I don't need to know.
It's not organic.
It's organic to me.
No.
For some reason you're all hidden, but
I'm still in the catacombs.
fetch everybody.
I have a secondary reason to want to watch this, and that is I don't want to walk in the rain.
As you come into the upper part of the building, you hear the din and see people walking around quite a bit. The din of people chatting back and forth, kind of in the chamber ahead of you. You see through the doorway even the room is fairly packed. There are people even standing in the back here. It doesn't appear that things have started yet. There are lots of townsfolk talking to each other in the seats at the moment, and you see kind of in the back there are 6 chairs there that are filled, and one is currently empty. One thing you will notice as well is kind of near the front of this is a small group of what look to be young lizard folk. They're all some grade of tan or brown scales and have black spines forming ridges. There's one, the kind of oldest looking one that looks to be kind of preparing herself to speak, looks to be maybe late teens. The 3 ridges along the top of her head are spined with that black spines. She looks to be wearing clothes that are weaved of plant fiber and bone. Currently pretty drenched with the rain outside. It's dripping off of the different protrusions around there. Yeah, other than that, the rest of the folks around the room are just chatting, and you are free to enter at your leisure.
Do we need to
Sign a book.
Sirkin being at the door, or at the thing there, would mention, no, you should be fine to just enter. The council chambers are open.
Nice. Thanks, Cirque du Soleil. Not seeing any open chairs, so I guess I'll just stand in the back. More like the
weird.
edgy corner. With my back up against the wall, looking like I'm about to fall asleep with my arms
I think I just
crossed.
set myself out of existence.
Uh-oh.
Kobold fell through the floor again.
We'll pull you back out here. There you go.
There he is. Yeah.
Tried to set myself on a table and it didn't go well. These people see over all these people. Nope, the tables can eat you. That's hilarious.
Oh, the tables eat you? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oof.
I was gonna try and stand on a table for thematic reasons, but
Oh, I know why the tables eat you.
oh,
There's
am I in the table?
yeah, you're in the table.
Oh, okay, I'm in both tables now.
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna
Oh my
not
God,
try and
that-
do that then.
The tables are mimics.
It is not that. Um, yeah, and so entering the room, you do see it's a very diverse group of people. There are people from almost every race you can think of in this room, forming kind of the townsfolk of this place. The people sitting at the council desk, you'll recognize most of them. You have Enoan, Tenla, a gnome that you're not familiar with, that from the information that you've gathered, you can assume might be Femwith. The next one over would be Xylia, who Kurt had a slight chat with to procure his business license. Silro, who had first greeted you all, and then Zuno, who is the tabaxi on the end, who I think Kurt has seen at the Temple of the Sun, but has not interacted with. And you see them kind of quietly conversing with each other, sitting at the table there. Tailspire doesn't have a great way of putting people in seats, so they're all standing on the back of the chair. But alrighty. There is one chair empty, and you presume that that's going to be filled, and once that happens, the meeting will start. Is there anything anybody wishes to do during this wait period here?
Cross my arms and I just wait.
Yeah, I'm just here to see what happens.
What's what's the energy like in here? Is it like panic, or is it kind of a excitement, or is it, can we kind of read the room?
Yeah, so reading the room, you're able to overhear some conversations and bits of things that people are saying here and there, or about, oh, where do you think they came from? Why are they here? What are they doing? All kind of directed at these lizard folk that are kind of at the front there. Do we think this is going to have to do with the war efforts or the stuff that's going on up north? Or peakward? Yeah, there's a din of just not knowing what's going on, and kind of anticipating hopefully more information and that kind of thing.
Okay, interesting. Mm-hmm. I'll just cross my arms next to Kurt. Kind of give him a side eye down from above.
This better be interesting, HJ.
I think I've heard from
Wasted valuable drinking time.
everybody. Hargo or Elrune, anything you're doing?
I'm not
Trying
sure.
to get a view.
I give him a boost.
You could stand on the other table, not the long ones, but the wooden-looking ones in the side, if you wanted to jump on a table.
Long ones are dangerous.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, if nobody has anything else they wanted to do there. After a short time, maybe a couple of minutes, you see the remaining missing council member start walking in through the doors. She is somewhat familiar to Gregory, actually, as this is the leader of the Hunters Guild that you had
Okay.
spoke to before. And you remember her name is Kiyotsi Lenota. She will kind of walk her way down to the center of there, nod to everybody. And you can presume too that she's last to arrive because like she's out in the hunter's den, or out hunting, so had to be called back to head here. So, all right. Once she arrives, the din of people talking kind of gets a little bit louder, but you'll see the tabaxi in the what are those robes called for like clerics?
Vestments?
Vestments.
The
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The he's currently wearing vestments, and he stands up and kind of holds up a hand, and the din of people dies down to a bit quieter, enough that you can hear the rain on the rooftops above permeate back through the space as they start to speak. And you see the lizard folk at the front of the room kind of look around, and looks very nervous and kind of uncomfortable, and she speaks up and says, "Should this not be more private?" Tenla speaks up and says, "We serve as representatives of our people, not as rulers. All are welcome to listen in council chambers, regardless of the subject." Okay then. I am Braz. I speak on behalf of what remains of the Sandscale tribe. We beg you for aid and shelter. Silro will speak up. Warden's charge welcomes all who find their way here. This should be known to you. Why do you come here to beg? You see one of the group of the lizard folk grab kind of the one that's speaking's hand and kind of nod or shake their head, and Braz mouths something back to them. And then we'll turn back to the council and say, "I do not wish to deceive you. I fear the shadow scales follow us here, so sheltering us would put your people in danger." The Tabaxi Zuno in the vestment says, "Your honesty is appreciated, young one. It appears you have the wisdom to know why this would be a difficult decision. In light of these circumstances, we will put it to a vote after questions have concluded." The Kiyotsi, the hunter, will speak up and say, "If they hunt you, how did you make it here?" The lizard folks kind of, you can see tears welling up in her eyes. "We got word that the shadow scales had begun moving to take over the other tribes. We've decided to run rather than wait to be next. My father and some of our warriors stayed behind to talk with them, but I believe it was also to buy us time. Quixote speaks up. And they followed you? Yes, we managed to hide from their hunting parties. Tenma will speak up and say, do you know how many of them there are now? Do they have weaponry? Anything? The lizard folk speaker begins to cry a bit more. I don't know. Please don't make us hide again. Silro will speak up and say, whatever the outcome, I will not let your people be sent away unaided, child. You see some kind of mouthing between a few members of the council, Silro and Tenma and Xylia. After they finish conversing a bit, a moment of silence passes as members of the council look back and forth. Zuno speaks up and says, the council has no further questions at this time. If anyone present would like to ask questions of this brave young woman, or of the council regarding this matter prior to the vote, please step forward. You hear a little bit of muttering between people looking back and forth at each other to see if there's anybody that's going to step up to ask a question.
Is this where one of us steps forward as like an honest to goodness Skyfallen and just takes the worst stance possible? And just tells them to go fuck themselves? As the newest, least settled person here with the, like... Never mind. Never mind. Obviously, I'm not doing that.
I'm going to say not necessarily the best idea, but...
After a few seconds of muttering, you'll see one figure in the kind of front left of the crowd kind of stand up and say, do we know if Uxin intends to take over Warden's charge? Inoan will kind of adjust and say, we have no indication that she intends to attack us. However, it's a possibility we've discussed and have begun preparing for. Our city has defenses, and we trust those, but want to be prepared beyond that. The individual kind of nods and sits back down. Anyone else?
I remain silent.
Nope, silent here, for sure.
They give a hefty pause here. And then...
Kurt will shout out into the room.
Okay.
How much you pay to fuck up them shadow scales?
What are you doing?
And no one will kind of look back and forth and say, at this time, we do not have rewards set up for such an action.
What if you
This
did?
would be-
How much would it be?
If we did decide to take some kind of precautionary action, we would be starting to train militia and ramping up defense for Warden's charge.
What about a private sector of mercenaries? What about people who are willing to do the job that maybe some others aren't for good coin?
We would consider hiring them,
Good.
for sure. However,
Put my name in. Kurt Hammer.
you'll see Xylia kind of looking out there. And she's like, you see a hint of recognition on her face, and her eyebrow will raise.
Can I check Kurt's hand for a drink? Is he already drinking? Are we
No.
pre-gaming?
How drunk is
He's
he?
sober.
Is Kurt pre-gaming right now?
I mean, he's been with you the whole time. Sober.
And Tenla will kind of look out to you and give you a bit of a nod. And Noan will continue saying, "We will take that under advisement, but at this moment we are not declaring war." And Zuno will look around again and say, "If there are no other questions, we should now vote." Those for providing aid to these young ones. And you'll see a number of hands go up. Suro, Tenla, Zuno, and Anoan. Those opposed, and you'll see Xylia and Femwith raise their hands. The vote passes. Sirkin will find emergency housing and supplies. I take it, Suro, you will want to be second in this? Yes, please. Does anyone have any additional agenda items for this meeting then? You'll see the council members looking back and forth, and a couple people look expectantly down at the end, and Kiyotzi will stand up and say, "Yes, I move that we begin the contingencies we talked about. We discussed these previously to prepare for the inevitable conflict with Uxin. Not declaring all-out war," she glances with a very kind of steely glare at Zuno. And he will speak up and say, "These preparations still do nothing but make it easier to escalate the conflict. War should be our last resort. And you're still being a fool and not recognizing the reality that this war is coming to us whether we want it or not. And we have proof of this now." She gestures towards the lizard folk. "Leave the poor girl out of this. Miss Braz, did your tribe do anything to provoke the Shadow Scale? Any thefts, deaths, conflicts?" The young lizard folk girl says, "No, we were trying to stay out of their way. Exactly as you'd have us do, Zuno. The dragon will bring a fight to us whether we like it or not. This is not a matter of provocation. We should have struck when we had the chance, when we had the element of surprise and superior power. And how many lives would we have thrown away in that process? Suman's will is one of peace and preservation. Shying from this path only leads us to more destruction. The city is protected. I have faith in those protections and in Sunaman to provide for us. If the masses have faith, Sunaman will protect them. Has he not sent us a new disciple, recently fallen, who's already providing for the city in the catacombs?" He will look out and say, "Is that not who just volunteered?"
Ooh, get tooled, son.
Kyoto will turn and say, "Sure, you attribute this success to your god's will. I'll place my faith in the individuals that are doing those things rather than the being you're trying to give credit for their actions." Tenla will shout, "Enough! This is not the place for a theological debate. Kyoto has moved for a vote to begin wartime contingencies without declaring outright war. All in favor? Yes, while you're correct, we must open for comment first. If anyone present would like to ask questions of the council regarding this matter prior to the vote, please step forward.
My offer still stands.
Why y'all a bunch of pussies?
My rates start 100 gold ahead.
That's a little too much. You can't do that.
You start
Oh,
big
you have to
and
start
then you
high.
negotiate
It's,
down.
it's good.
We appreciate your eagerness. It is good to know that there are those willing to step into the roles that we intend to make available.
Ain't about eagerness. Seems like you got a need for warriors since war's come to your doorstep whether you want it to or not. We're just here, it would seem. Call us soldiers of opportunity.
Well, under these provisions, we might be able to make use of these Skyfallen's vigor.
Put your resources in the right place and play your cards right. Maybe it'll turn out for you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure.
Was there a question among those statements? You see the Zuno is a little annoyed that the conversation is going this direction. Anyone else? You'll see, looking around the room, that most of the people there are kind of like shying back because they don't want to get in the middle of a debate between the two that were arguing there.
You're saying that you're moving to wartime preparations?
If this vote passes, we would begin to ramp up military operations. We do not have a standing militia. The best we have is enforcers at the moment. And we would start forming that.
I imagine that there'll be a lot of people who aren't in this room who maybe will want to ask some more questions when the time comes. And if things are going to be changing in this city, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want answers, a lot of people who are going to want information to flow freely. Now, I'm new here, and though I may have found it quite easy to find contact with the current council, at least a few members, not everyone could be so fortunate. Are you going to be readily available for people if they need answers to questions they have?
Tenlo will speak up and say, "It is our policy to keep at least one person on call at all times, so that if anyone has questions of the council, they can come here and get answers and make their voices heard."
Good.
That is why we do this in the open. That is why we have at least one of us here, usually more.
Just wanted to make sure you're a council of the people, not some farce council just sitting here telling people things. That's all.
We appreciate your candor, but we should really make this decision. Does anyone else have questions? Looking around.
Seems like I got a room full of pussyfoots.
At least a council full of them.
Good one.
Are you saying that out loud?
Mumbling to myself. That was more
Okay,
for the
cool.
players.
I didn't
than-
hear it.
I was gonna say that. Yeah. Okay.
Gonna change the course of this dialogue tree here real fast if we.
Well, one of them is a tabaxi, so.
Could hear. Could maybe
That's
hear.
That does, yeah, that,
I
Plus
got
20
yeah,
perception.
that took me way too long to pick up on.
Wow.
So if nobody else wants to step forward and ask any questions or say anything,
Make your choice. Defend this city or don't.
then we will conclude with a vote. As this is wartime preparations, this must only be a majority, as it is not declaring war. He'll begin to look around and say, all those in favor of preparing for some kind of an attack, and you'll see Kyotsi, Inouen, and Tenla will raise their hands pretty much immediately.
Kurt raises his hand.
You'll see Soro kind of look around, and he'll raise his hand as well. And then say, all those opposed, and you'll see Xylia and Zuno raise their hands. And you'll note that Femwith did not vote.
Kurt just laughs and shakes his head.
The movement passes then. We will begin preparations, including creating a militia and ramping up production of weaponry and food. And then he kind of looks around and shakes his head disappointingly, and you'll see him kind of pick up the gavel thing and smack the table, and the sound kind of erupts through the room, along with the talking of all of the people in the room as well. You'll see Sirkin make his way forward from the kind of front desk area to the lizard folk and begin conversing with the younger ones there, and kind of kneel down next to the one that was speaking. You see a reassuring hand on her shoulder, and he begins to speak softly to her, and the room begins to empty as people are leaving.
Alright, Helmar, let's get a pint. Let's smack him on the elbow. That's about what I can reach.
Can you reach my elbow?
Oh yeah, I can. It's about what I can reach.
Pint sounds good.
Alrighty. You'll begin seeing people leave. Gotta push your way through the crowd. The crowd kind of parts a little bit to make room for the lizard folk to begin walking their way outside. Let's see.
Ooh.
Put my hood up.
The interior and exterior lighting stuff is going to be a thing.
Hood up for sure.
As the groups of people begin making their way out, and you step into the rain, you hear kind of distant thunder, and the groups of people are making their way through, kind of pushing each other out of the ways at some point. And then you hear shouts rising from the city. You don't know where they're coming from, but they are loud enough to be heard over the rain and the things going on.
Something's
I
going
look
on
up
in
at
the
one of
city
the big
below.
statues and see if they're moving. If they're not, I assume there's nothing violent happening. So,
This is where I wish they had multi-select, because I did not move all of these things.
It's okay. We'll imagine them all around us.
Okay. You see the townsfolk are kind of walking down some of the stairs around you. You see the lizard folk that were speaking with Sirkin in front of you. And then you hear it. And a monstrous roar from above you. You see the clouds above you wisp down as the form of a black dragon comes piercing its way down through the sky. And you hear those shouts begin to coalesce into Dragon! The council members from inside you'll hear start rushing in as well, or rushing out of the building as well. And you'll hear from the dragon itself, laughter. And something will drop from the dragon's talons as it flaps up back into the clouds. And you'll see black spots raining down from what that was. And they begin to hit around you. And you'll see what look like lizard folk bodies raining down. You'll hear a few more as the sound kind of goes away. You'll see also that a number of the wardens outside had begun to look in the direction of the dragon. Their stones grinding against each other, their hands reaching for swords. But just as if you think about doing something violent, they don't draw their swords. That is the kind of state that they're in. The bodies that rain down around you, you'll see the lizard folk refugees kind of staring out at them, and the young speaker Braz will run up to one of them, and you'll see her kind of drop down to her knees over top of them, and then you'll hear another roar, and I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Oh, these are my favorite.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
15.
Oh, whew.
Okay, solid saves.
Uh-oh, something broke.
Well,
D&D Beyond.
not D&D Beyond.
not again.
I got the Beholder page.
Oh,
I got that too earlier before the game started.
Try again after a short rest, you cheeky bastard. We'll just assume I saved.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, I could try.
You can assume you saved. That doesn't mean that it's true.
you see terror on the faces around you. Almost all of the townsfolk begin to scream and run. The council members kind of stand out amongst them as well. You see Tenla, Xylia, Zuno, Femwith, also in terror, begin to flee a bit. Suro and Noen and Kyotsi will kind of stand there, and while fear is on their face, they aren't acting with it. Along with that, we would have Alrune and Hjalmar have made their saves. It looks like Argo, Kurt, and Gregory, you are all frightened.
Not my first dragon encounter.
And dragons. Their vision is based on movement. Just hold still.
We ain't strong enough to fight a dragon.
And this is where I wish that Tailspire had a recoloring option.
Let's change their base color.
Because all they have is green. But you'll see a black dragon flying around you. It will take a dive down towards the where it had dropped the lizard folks, and it has the refugees standing there, and it's going to, let's see, it would be coming from the other direction, actually, from over the palace down, and it is going to let out a toxic breath down the front stairs here. You see a bunch of townsfolk, refugees, get engulfed in a cone of acid. And you hear the screams of those people, many of them dropping immediately. And then you will also hear the drawing of stone and metal swords as the wardens around you begin to arm themselves. I would like y'all to roll initiative.
Oh
Is this the
shit,
initiative
gentlemen.
where we run inside because we don't want to piss off the wardens?
He's got a point.
This will be a roleplay initiative. If that. Alrighty.
11.
Got... Let's see here.
I rolled my favorite number.
I rolled 18. No,
So it looks like we got Kurt, Alrune,
8.
Gregory. And then Hjalmar and then Argo.
I rolled a 8.
There it goes. It's not letting me click because of the thing there. You will hear shouting, and you'll hear the voice of Tenla raised through the rest of the crowd and say, "Whatever you do, don't strike it." And at that point, the dragon will be going, which it's going to be lifting off up out of range, kind of soaring off out of the range of what you've got going on, out of sight behind the building. Next up, we've got Kurt. What would you like to do in this situation?
I cast Bless on a few people.
Alrighty.
Let's see. I will cast Bless, a second level spell, on all 4 of them.
Alrighty.
Like some extra d4s.
And then I'm gonna get the fuck inside. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There you go.
Alrighty. Next up, Aaron.
I'm gonna do what kobolds do best, and I'm gonna scurry away.
Alrighty. Go for it.
Solid move. Oh.
Once I find the correct level for us. So. Actually, I'm heading towards windows somewhere, and then I'm gonna climb up and look out that window, but I can't make it there.
Alright. Is that both your action and movement then?
Oh wait, I guess I could use my double movement, and I'm gonna scurry up. I'm like climbing up and looking out that window.
Oh,
I want to see. I just don't want to.
You can make a. What do you think? Athletics check to try to climb that wall.
You'll be blessed when you do, by the way.
Get a d4. Get a d4.
No, actually, that only applies to attack rolls and saving throws. Never mind.
Oh, that's right. It's not abilities.
It's
that's,
for fighting.
You need guidance for abilities.
Yeah, I'm not close enough.
How high up is that window?
I think it's like 10, 15. Hold on. Yeah, it's about 15 feet.
All right. Then I am going to use Step of the Wind and jumping up there.
Ah, there you go. Alrighty, go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna sit there because there's no way I'm gonna just bounce my character on that window. So
Yeah. We can. Here, we can enable flying for a second, and then pull you up. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. It's control now.
there
There
we
we go. And if I disable flying, you go back down. Oh. Well, that's a good way to do fall mechanics.
Yeah, nice.
Alrighty. So we got Elrune up in the window. Gregory.
Huh. You know what? I can't go towards my fear. But you know what's full cover? Inside.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, I should have let you know. So this is the frightened condition, which means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight.
Oh, well,
Currently, they are not within line of sight.
and I am definitely even more not in line of sight inside this building.
The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So I'm going to say inside is not closer because it's a longer line of getting to you in your head.
I would also say, because, like, I don't have
it
line
makes
of sight
no
of it
sense to
anymore.
not. Yeah, true, but that is like a separate
The
statement.
way
on there.
that reads, I think you would have to knowingly be moving closer to the thing. You cannot
right.
knowingly
You don't know where
be
it
moving
is
closer
anymore.
to it.
Yeah.
You know it went off in that direction, but
Yeah,
don't
because
know where
what
it
makes
went.
that spell, what makes that frightened silly, because frightened's not supposed to operate like magic, it's supposed to operate like being scared, is if somehow you magically knew the direction of the bad guy just because you're like, oh, I can't move that way. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm being stopped by an invisible
I'm being
wall.
compelled.
That would be goofy.
What about magic here?
Magic, maybe, I don't know.
We'll just hold Gregory up in a circle, and depending on his facial expression, we'll just not go in the direction that
This
he's
is
really scared.
This is how you find invisible creatures. You just make yourself afraid of them. I can't get
Use somebody as a
closer.
radar.
Must be here.
Let's see. At this point,
Should be Helmer, right?
the crowd begins to panic
Melt.
and attempt to run away.
I rolled less than the crowd. Jeez.
Those that are on the kind of steps and are there already begin to try to disperse into the city, but those that are currently in the back along where you are will try to squeeze their way inside as well, making this essentially difficult terrain at this point to get back inside. Next up is Helmer.
I don't have anything witty to say before I retreat, so I'm gonna run.
Good line.
So it's difficult. So
10-foot squares.
Yep.
5, 10, 15.
That is
That'd be
30.
Well, you can you can dash.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's what I. Yep. So let's dash. So that's
Yep.
Give him 3 more squares. That's 1,
3 more.
2, 3.
2,
Oh.
3. So we'll do that. And I will turn and look for my friends. And I'll see a flying kobold.
Alrighty.
I'll end my turn.
Action there. Yep. Argo, you are next.
People are running, right? They're just not like staring in awe of the dragon.
Oh, correct. They are all mostly running.
Okay, good. Yeah, I run with everyone else. I run with my compatriots. I go, we gotta get out of here.
Or has come to Bossing say.
So that would be your movement there.
There is no war in Bossing
There,
say.
I was going to say, there isn't one.
Kyle, there is no. First off, chat. Anyone viewing this, there is no war in Bossing Sea.
No, absolutely not. There is no war in Warden's Charge.
Alrighty. You're gonna hear another roar happen on the kind of back side of the building that you're in. And that's all you'll know of that turn. Kurt, you're up.
I'm gonna get the rest of the way inside. What is that? This difficult terrain? Got about 10, 20. Now, move out of the way, Helmer. I'll dash for 10 and 20.
I moved as far as I could, I'm sorry.
Turn. I'll just look at Gregory and I'll over the crowd and just be like, I told them they should have paid us.
Yeah, the dwarf looking over the crowd.
I yell, I know you're over there. Actually, never mind. That's not canonical. I just say it to myself. They should have paid us.
Alrighty. Helmer and Argo, you guys are close enough to the door still to see something. Outside, well, Arun as well, because you're looking out the window. you see from the kind of outer walls of the city, there are forms that are lifting off out from the walls themselves up into the sky. And you'll see, maybe from this angle, 3 or 4 of them. And they look to be, at this distance, you can't really tell details, but you can see that they're kind of stone looking themselves. Next up,
These are like their gargoyles around the lost city.
Alrune, it is your turn.
I get myself slightly more secure in the window and watch the gargoyles go murder a dragon, hopefully.
Alrighty.
I don't want to be on the ground right now when the dragon's attacking as a cobalt.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay.
"17. Through the crowd, you will spot the young lizard folk who was speaking to the council, crouched over one of the bodies that was dropped, crying, while the rest of the crowd is kind of running around her.
I yelled at Hjalmar and Argo. The little lizard lass is in a deadly situation.
Can I see her from here?
With Alrune shouting that out and kind of bringing it to your attention, yeah, you'd be able to. You're tall enough that you'd see over the crowd mostly.
Oh yeah, I'm 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
How far away can I gauge?
She is down on the second platform.
On the stairs. Is the acid still there? Like, does it linger, or is it just?
No, it was a cone of that acid that I think it was a cone. Hold on.
For black dragons or cones or lines.
It is a line, my bad. It was a line of acid that went down that central stairway and kind of immediately kind of ate away everything, and it's kind of dissipating at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Is that your turn, Alrune?
Yeah, I'm not getting down.
Alrighty.
Being dragon-like in a dragon fight is bad.
Gregory?
I'm not going out there. I'm not aware of the person, am I?
You'd hear Alrune shout that out to Hilmar, but that's about it.
Let me check my athletics. Yeah, I don't feel confident about that. I'm gonna give Hjalmar a pat on the back and tell him to go save a life.
Hilmar, you are up.
I think after hearing Alrune say that and looking out down the stairs, for a moment he freezes and gets a momentary flashback of his own daughter being dragged away by cultists screaming.
Oh no.
And he will immediately rush out the door without thinking.
Where you going?
So I'm going to use full movement and dash to get as close as I can.
You are pushing upstream against the people trying to rush in.
Right. So I have, with my dash, 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 30 right here, right back where I was.
Yep, that'd do it.
And she's what, down here on that second Set
Down
of
there.
stairs. Okay. Yep. Yeah, he just books it out the door. Doesn't even give a second thought to it. That's my turn.
Alrighty, Argo.
I go, what are you doing? Crazy fool. I look to everyone else. We gotta go after him.
He's gonna save her life. Don't worry about it.
I ain't going nowhere but right in here till I get some money.
I throw him a copper. Like, get going. We gotta save him.
My price is much higher.
Yalmar's fine. Why don't you go save him? You're metal.
Why don't I go do that? Hammer! I go run after Hammer.
Alrighty.
Oh shit! Doesn't acid corrode metal? He'll be fine.
15, 20. You would have enough movement going upstream to pretty much keep pace with Yelmar.
Where? I actually can't pant because I don't have fatigue. Where are you going?
He does not respond. He is absolutely locked.
I'm
the
gonna get.
lizard folk.
I'm gonna get covered in acid again.
I really hope your daughter was not captured by dragon cultists, right?
I don't know. Don't know. Now I watch Jacob's face as the gears turn about how quickly I will die.
Alrighty.
So I
Sorry,
kind
I'm
of
trying to
need
do
to
the
happen
math here.
now.
We do
Enough
need
death.
we do need a party death. You know, just to solidify our motivations.
Good, I'm
I
fine
was
with being
saying the
first one
rescue
again.
has to happen. The party death is a side effect, possibly.
You will hear more flapping of wings. And then a sickening crash of stone, and the building itself will shake. Kurt, it is your turn.
I go, well, if he's going in, I might as well help him what best I can from here. I will move. I'm still going into the crowd here?
Yeah.
That's my movement.
Alrighty.
Elmar's 30 feet from me, right?
Yeah, 25.
I'll shout out over the crowd. Elmar! You can't see me! But just go with this, okay? I'm gonna touch the ground. Feel with my natural stone sense. Everything else, all the pitter-patter, not the pitter-patter, or the stampede of people around me silences. I locate just Hjalmar, and I force my sort of magical divine energy into the stone, through its cobbles, straight to Hjalmar's feet, and I cast Enlarge on him.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So he will now
Enlarge.
increase the size. Please make his mini a 4-square mini. There he is.
Holy shit.
You, my friend,
The screen shake when my mini drops now. Did you see that?
yeah, that's amazing.
No way. That's amazing.
Yep. Your size will double. Your weight is multiplied by 8. You will increase by 1 category from medium to large. You will have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your weapons will grow to match and be an extra D4. And for flavor, if the DM will allow it, maybe you can get over this crowd a little easier.
Absolutely.
That's my turn.
Easier for a large creature to pick up a medium creature than a medium creature. to
Also
pick up a
very
medium
true.
creature. Especially since powerful build probably scales.
Alrune. Still sticking in the window?
Yeah, I'm trying to spot the dragon though. In general, I just don't want the dragon to sneak up on the rescue party.
Alrighty. Keep an eye out. You currently don't see it. Yeah.
What's the outside of this building look like? I should look real quick.
The stone and everything.
Yeah.
Gregory,
There's
you
no
are
good
next.
spot for me to. I was gonna see if there's a spot that I could safely be that would get me a better view, but I don't think there is.
Yeah, nothing that would not make you easy snack as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So calling it there?
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
Alrighty,
I'm a
Gregory.
monk with very little health left.
Anything you want to do, Gregory?
No, I'm just gonna watch and see if I'm needed for anything, but I don't have any way to support this.
Alrighty. The crowd continues to run. Most of the people that were on the outer part of the stairs are now inside, and just the, I would say, 8 squares that are in front of the doorway are going to be the difficult terrain at this point. So where you guys are standing is the last bit of difficult terrain there now. Hjalmar, you are up. And with your increased size, people part for you a little bit. And you will be able to get through there without issue.
Okay, so
Helmer ever been this big?
no, I don't think so.
Elmer is
experience.
always this big. What are you talking about?
He's never been affected by an enlarge spell, that's for sure. So kind of getting a bigger view of everything is kind of nice. He's in the zone. So what is it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you said that's not difficult anymore?
30 would get you to her.
Okay, so like right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be technically down the stairs, but yeah, I think your larger thing isn't going to fit.
I would, I don't know if that... Okay, yeah, sort of.
Cool.
I want to... She's not taking any action, right? So...
Yeah, she is currently, like, gripping the front tunic of the dead lizard folk in front of her, and you see her screaming, "Father, no!"
He's gonna reach down with both hands and kind of scoop her carefully up as fast as he can away from the corpse. And can I look over my shoulder and do I see the dragon?
From where you're at right now, you would not see it.
Okay. Do I need to make any kind of action to pick her up? I know that she's medium and I'm large, but that should just give me advantage, right?
Oh, no. You're huge right now in terms of lifting things.
Yeah, I think you can move unhindered carrying her.
Yeah, you're considered huge because of, I believe that's your race, right? So
Yeah,
because I've cast Enlarge on you, you are the next tier, which is insane.
Yeah.
So you have like a double carry, like, yeah, like there, you can just pick them up.
This is
I'm
an
asking
object
where the-
interaction to pick her up
Yeah.
Okay,
for you, and then you can just run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to. He's going to kind of like scoop her up and not quite footballer or whatever, but probably like hold her against his chest, right, and then
Yep.
turn around, and I'm just gonna dash backwards.
Okay. That will get you right back to where you were originally.
Okay, so back right here.
Mm-hmm.
Something to note, Helmar. You might see it when you pick her up, but your flesh is like the effect of my magic. I think it's starting to like look like stone.
Oh, sick. Do I have glowing, cracking veins? or
Oh,
anything
sure,
like that?
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, sick. Nice. So I'm a
He's
giant.
calcifying.
I'm a
Oh
giant.
no!
Argo, it is your turn.
Seeing these fantastical events, it's left me a little. I'm just like, what the hell do we even do? We can't attack it.
Stay in here where it's safe.
Guess I'm just gonna stay near Hilmar. Maybe give him the help action.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Give him the help action. Okay. Helping doing what specific skill? Like, what are you trying to help him with?
Ooh, does it look like he's about to fight?
No, he is running back towards the building, carrying the small lizard folk.
Ooh, maybe making a distraction. Like, hey, pay attention to me.
For the dragon,
Yeah.
she is currently out of sight.
Oh.
FYI.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
okay. Well,
This might be a run back in the room with Helmar situation.
Yeah,
Okay. I just run back. I just run
Just
back.
get back in here,
Might
you
be
little robot.
You ran out to the rain, you went, oh, he's big. Okay, never mind. Grab it back.
You gonna move back in?
Yeah. I'm moving back in. Defeated.
So,
You need to be defeated.
just as a fun thing, when you're enlarged like this, you're at
You're what?
I'm what?
I think we
It
lost
cut
him.
out. Uh-oh.
oh, my headset died. 1 sec.
You have a lot of boons because of the way Goliath works.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it was dying. I had to plug it in. Well, I was just saying. I looked it up, and your carrying capacity or your lift capacity is 120 times your strength score.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing this a lot when we need things. Big Helmar is going to be a utility.
Alrighty.
Yes.
But what about tiny Hilmar?
Put your kneecaps off.
I can only do big.
Alrighty. So being outside, you hear as the dragon makes its way around the corner of the building, flying low, and sailing. You see two stone winged gargoyles also flying behind it. And the dragon will, on its way through, also give out another
As I surf
sorry,
this
I'm trying to
stat
read
block,
the yeah.
the dragon will,
We
legendary
need to find the owner's
actions.
manual for these statues so we can do stuff in town.
so it's coming here. And how
Oh, great.
So it'll get it to about here. And it's going to
Have a brain aneurysm?
tail attack one of the metal things.
Dare to dream.
Oh, it has multi-attack that. You all are either past the frightful presence or still afraid of that, right?
You tell me how it works. Did we broke line of sight? Did
Yeah,
that fix
I
it?
believe so. You would still be frightened. It's frightened for a minute, so.
Any saves at the end of our turns?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Usually there's a repeated save.
Yep. So you would have 3 more of those.
Alright, here they come.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, there's a 17.
Okay. So you would have passed there. So it's gonna do another frightful presence, but if you've passed it, you're immune for 24 hours anyway.
You got one more there, Kyle.
Have I really taken 3 turns?
We've done 3, I believe. That's what Jacob said. Take what he gives you.
Yep. It has
Well,
been 3 turns. But you'll go ahead and make a 4th roll.
Nice. There we go.
Okay. Because that is going to be
I think it was just me and Gregory, right?
this turn.
Oh wait, Alrin was scared too, wasn't he?
Nope.
Nope. What about Argo?
Argo might have been.
Let's get some Argo rolls. 4 of them.
4 of them.
Well,
Oh,
three, and if you pass, you can do it. If you don't pass, you can do a 4th.
God. Wisdom saving, right?
Yeah, this is to break that initial.
All right. First is 11. Second is a 21.
You don't got to
son of-
roll anymore, I don't think.
Oh.
I think you're good.
Yeah. If you succeed, then you're succeeding for 24 hours. So.
We ain't scared no more.
The dragon is going to rip into one of the Iron Wardens that had started making its way up the stairs there. Pretty much tearing it in half with its teeth. And it's going to end its turn right here. Kurt, you're up.
Well, this is getting more dangerous by the moment. I gotta make sure none of you die. I'll hold my hammer up and a spectral anvil will appear in front of me as I cast Aid. And
Okay.
I will slam down on the anvil 4 times, and each time, with one swing, a spectral piece of a divine sort of spectral piece, or translucent divine piece of armor, will immediately shoot out to all 4 of my teammates. Unique in their design for each character, and you will all gain an additional 5 HP to your total HP. So if you go into Beyond and you click hit points and you click HP, a max HP modifier, put a big old 5 in there.
Excellent. Thanks, sir.
Does that cancel out my -8?
It won't cancel it out, but you will get an additional 5 to make up for it, as a piece of divine translucent armor fits your person in some unique and cool style.
Okay. What does that style look like for Gregory?
I want you to tell me. If anybody wants to say what their awesome, unique, divine translucent armor piece looks like,
Oh,
you tell
man.
me.
I think my divine, cool, unique armor piece, handcrafted by Kurt Hammer, would be best described by the smith himself.
Oh, okay. All right, you want me to do it? I will.
You know what? I think I got a good idea.
Okay, if you've got a good idea, because mine's going to be a fucking joke, let me just tell you that. Everybody's getting a funny fucking piece of armor if it's me.
Yeah, no, I had visions of Schlupeldorp, so I was like, you
Yeah,
know what?
yeah, dude, not even kidding. My mind went like, you want this horn, brother? I'm not I was literally about to. Thank God.
Oh, man. I have some pretty cool divine unique armor. Alright, continue.
Okay, cool.
I did think of one for mine, which is
What is it?
it just adds little spectral shining scales all over my scales, so
I
I'm
like
just
it.
spotted with them.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, that's neat.
I like that. Mine is a helm. I don't usually have anything on like that. He's not wearing anything, but he's got his full gilded helm. Because I did it for myself. Oh, wait, it's only 3 creatures. This is a bullshit spell. Alright, I pick everyone by Helmar because he's big.
Yep.
So,
Or should we-
take it away.
I get to remove the SV5. Okay.
Take it away. So get rid of that 5. I'll get rid of it for myself. I just want to bolster others.
8's only 3?
Starting. Higher levels, more people. No, it's not more people. It's just more HP. It's only ever 3. Ugh. It's okay. I still like it.
But doesn't it also heal?
No. So it's not healing. It is literally an augmentation. Kurt does not heal. That's very clear. This is just your maximum HP increasing from what it previously was. So it'll just be Argo, Al, and Gregory who are getting
Still
plus
ain't
5.
that kind of cleric.
I ain't that kind of cleric. Just augmentations is what I do. I got a big boy and a bunch of spectral armor. I'm the support, alright?
Ain't that kind of
You
clear.
can augment my health.
I did. 5 HP. Enjoy. So that is on. It does not take concentration. It lasts 8 hours.
It does last 8 hours.
It's a beautiful spell. We're good with it. All right. That's all my spell slots.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah. Give me over by Gregory.
Is that your turn then?
Oh, yeah.
At the end of your turn, the dragon beats its wings like it's trying to stop and take off. I need each creature within 10 feet to make a dex save, which is going to be just Kelmar, I believe.
So I don't
I
have
only get advantage.
I don't have a bless. Bless is gone, by the way.
Yeah, and I only have advantage on strength saves, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dex save. Where do we go?
You have advantage from barbarian stuff yet?
Rage would
good
give him advantage.
Question.
I think
Oh,
you
rage would be
danger
useless in this fight.
You
I
get
have
it. You
advantage
get it
on
later.
dex against effects I can see.
Yep, you can definitely see this.
Roll again. Good call. Good call. Yeah, we have a
Just played a
barbarian.
barbarian for
Yep,
3 years.
For sure. Nope, that's all I get. 13.
Okay.
But
13.
super worth noting, you are huge, considered huge, and you are adjacent to this dragon. A grapple is possible. Just letting you know.
This is
Grapple
true.
is possible.
You
This
could
is quite
fucking
true.
grab this thing out of the sky.
The dragon is
Just don't
also
hurt it.
huge. So does that?
Don't
how does
hurt
that
him.
work?
You just stop
It'll
him.
work.
As long as you're within one size of it, you
Yeah.
can grapple.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it's within one size. So if it's even if it's the biggest size, he could grapple it. Oh, this is the best. I need to get the spell proper. This is just a racial.
Okay, but you said you got a 13, right?
I got a 13. Yeah.
Alrighty. You're gonna take 9 points of damage as you are knocked prone from the amount of force that this put through its wings. And it is going to go up. Quite a bit, actually.
Said 9 points.
Yes.
Are you unconscious?
No, but what I am going to do is Stone's Endurance, because if something else happens, I don't want to be caught down 9 HP.
You'll see a couple of the smaller wardens also get knocked down. The dragon flies up about 40 feet in the air above where it was, and you'll just hear it start cackling. Aaron, it is your turn.
I shout words of encouragement to Gelmar and Arco.
I rolled a 14 total, so I took no damage.
Nice.
Saying, you guys can do it, and I lost sight of the dragon, it's too high up.
Alrighty, Gregory.
I take the dodge action.
There you go. Helmar.
I'm going to use half my movement to stand.
At this point, everybody from outside has made it to the door. So now the difficult terrain is indoors.
Okay, so I'm going to move 5, 10, 15 up to the door.
Mm-hmm. Takes a little bit, but you actually make it through the door. Like, it is comfortably sized for someone of your size.
Oh, nice. This hole was made for me.
Like, there are huge doors in here, and they just happen to be that size for you.
I love Big Helmer.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna dash for the last bit of movement to get through here.
Get in here.
Oh, that's the roof.
Jump.
I can't. The roof is coming.
Let's go down here.
I love the shaking every time.
Oh, it's awesome.
Hold shift and use the arrow keys when you're moving.
I'll hold shift to pass through. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll highlight myself and then.
Is that not working?
He's too big!
Too wide.
So if you hold shift, click and drag yourself.
There he is.
So you can do that.
The arrow keys. Then do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 15, 20, 25, and then 30. So I'll be right here next to Argo.
I love
I
that
see what the
you're
problem
a
is.
large creature considered huge.
The door frame goes a little bit into the squares.
Yeah, that might be it. Alrighty.
And then
Is that it for you?
I'll set who I'm carrying down next to Argo.
Alrighty. She will kind of look up, kind of dazed, and start walking away from the doorway herself as well. Argo, you are up.
I'm not sure what more I could do in this situation.
The dodge action's a great action.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I will. I will take the dodge action.
Alrighty. Next up, you hear the beating of wings. And you see the dragon begin to move away from the palace. Gargoyles flying up and pursuing as well. And at that point, we're going to come out of initiative because she's going to continue to fly in that direction. The gargoyles will go as far as the clearing outside of the city, which you can somewhat see from here, before they disperse, coming back to the walls. And you see the dragon's wings flap a few more times up into the clouds, into the storm above, before it disappears from view entirely.
I feel like the gargoyles and the wardens are significantly less effective than we were thinking they were.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it just to rain. The panic of the surrounding townsfolk that are alive begin to subside, and the shock of what happened begins to set in. You see some rush back out in order to see if they can do anything for the wounded or dying around the steps of the palace. What would you all like to do?
Yalmar would shrink after a minute.
I am still sitting on the windowsill until there is more dispersion,
Okay.
or unless the group starts to leave.
You see the wardens outside also sheathe their weapons and start to walk back to their respective alcoves.
What happens to the broken one?
It remains broken on the ground.
Have we seen any empty alcoves before in the city wandering around?
I don't think you have.
I could have sworn we saw some empty ones as we marched into the city for the first time. But that could have just been me filling in blanks. Like imagining them.
I think the only time you've seen empty alcoves is if they were actually moving, which I don't think you guys have seen much of.
Gotcha.
So we don't hear the beating of wings anymore.
Correct. The danger seems to have passed.
Can I look out the door and kind of see if everyone made it?
Everyone did not make it. There are bodies strewn along the main entrance, the longer stairs out in front there. And looking around, you'll see that the council members all seem to have made it. And you'll see kind of Tenla and Anoan had been outside helping the crowds that had started running away from the building rather than back in. And you'll see them begin to return back here.
Just kind of look around and see if there's anything I can do. Maybe help some stragglers inside, or that's pretty much what his concern is the people that were rushing in.
Most of the ones that got hit by the acid blast died on impact. So most of the injuries that happened were from if people were pushing and being trampled more than anything. And you'll see Zuno is kind of attending to a few of the wounds of people there as well. Being in his vestments, he's got a holy symbol that he is casting healing spells for people.
Preferably area of effect healing spells.
Right.
Preferably.
Yeah. Eventually they will kind of come around to you and kind of seeing your general condition. Does anyone feel like they require some healing?
I might.
Do you look haggard from the catacombs still?
Oh yeah, I'm bloodied.
He'll go ahead and cast a spell and give you 9 points of healing.
Yelmar,
Yes.
how you feel? You alright? Any joints sticking together? You move okay?
So far, so good.
I think he brushes some, like stone chunks off of him from the spell.
Never cast that on anybody but a Durgar before, but fortunately the stat block says I can cast it on whoever I want. It doesn't make any sense, but that's fine. I used it on you. I thought it was just gonna be me, but yeah, good. You're still functioning.
I appreciate your assistance.
Yeah, damn scared of that freaking dragon, but figured I'd help somebody who wasn't.
You'll see, looking around, Brass sitting against the wall, kind of hugging her knees. That's the lizard folk that you saved.
I'll approach her if she doesn't react negatively. Hjalmar will come up and kind of kneel down in front of her.
She is crying with her head between her legs, and she'll look up and she'll say, I knew he was probably dead, but for her to bring him here.
Who is she?
Uxin. And she looks up. You know that's the name of the black dragon that's been mentioned a few times.
You said that you were able to escape. But that does not look to be true.
It wasn't even her that was hunting us. But for her to do this. Who does
You
that?
all right?
Dragons, they're kind of jerks.
Does she look hurt from the scuffle, or?
No. She doesn't look more hurt than she was when she arrived, which she looked pretty exhausted already. And you kind of see that on her face of like the exhaustion of the last week and just the emotional weight of what just happened. She says, "What's your name?"
Hjalmar.
Hjalmar. Thank you. And
You're
then
welcome.
she kind of collapses back into herself a little bit. And you see
He won't push anymore.
you'll see Sirkin, who was coming back in from outside, carrying the book that he normally has in one hand, and some kind of rod in the other. He comes back and sees what you were chatting with her, and he gives you a nod of appreciation, and you see that come through his face, as he was the one that was with them before all the attacks started. So,
Oh, he'll give him a salute with his fist across his chest.
He'll nod and kind of walk up and say, "It appears I owe you a debt of gratitude."
Well,
I needed to activate the city's defenses. I unfortunately had to leave my post in order to do that, and it appears you've taken it upon yourself to perform the duties I couldn't, and I thank you for that.
I made him big.
just doing what I should.
If more people did, maybe we wouldn't be in all of this mess. Thank you.
Yeah, he'll give him a nod, and I'm sure he has plenty of paperwork to do.
Yeah, he'll continue back under his desk and rifle through some papers, and then head back into the council chamber.
I approach Kurt and go, I think you should charge more than 100 for that one.
No, that'd be definitely more. Anybody else find it ironic that we go from one dragon problem to another?
It seems like we gotta find something to fight a dragon.
Hey, that's what we were preparing to do anyway before we got dropped here.
You know what? Hey, that's right. That is true.
That's the irony I was mentioning.
You know,
Destiny,
what,
perhaps.
you know what? My processes are a bit slow today. Give me a break.
Today.
Break granted. Now,
Thank you.
It's only a 15-minute break, though.
perhaps, we did a plague council before to decide how we'd be handling one problem. Maybe another council's in order.
We know where Belron is.
Fuck Belron.
Oh, leave Belron. You've been on Belron's ass the very beginning.
We deal with who we need to deal with here. And we see who's willing to pay a high price. I'm sure after all that, we just became quite valuable.
You'll hear a voice from behind you say, "Indeed." And no one will walk up. I hope you were serious, because it appears we're going to need your services.
If you got the gold,
We will make it worth your while. I promise you that.
I can't speak for the others, but if your words are fancy enough and what you got to offer's enough, perhaps they'd be willing to lend an ear as well.
Maybe.
Gregory comes at an exclusive price.
I spoke with the other council members. We're going to accelerate the plans that we already voted on. That does indeed start with bounties for the Shadow Scales and for Uxin herself. However, she is probably beyond anyone's skill here.
I got no problem starting small. As long as the pay's good.
Gotta work up that food chain somehow.
Let us gather our information, see where our bounties will begin then.
A
We'll be in
council,
touch.
then.
What did you say, sir?
Nothing. It's fine.
We'll be in touch.
As will I.
He'll kind of turn away, give you a nod, and walk on into the council chambers to converse with some more people.
Well, and he turns and he claps his hands together and says, I think we all deserve a nice drink. What do y'all say?
Drink sounds good.
Yep, I think a drink sounds mighty fine.
Let's just step over all these corpses and make our way to the tavern.
Which tavern are you going to?
You know, I'll leave it up to Gregory.
Now, maybe it was the fear recently gripping my mind, but I can't remember the two. What was the hapless Hydra?
Hapless Hydra is the one that was also like the hideout thing that had the secret bar underneath, and then the one for Spirit, which is a bit of a walk to get to. But
Hapless Hydra. That'll be the one we go to.
Alrighty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Meeting Foley.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Going into the underbar where the good drinks are served.
Wouldn't believe how much restraint I'm having to not when. And it's like we walk over the corpses. I was like, and we loot the corpses.
I gently step over an entire family of gnomes.
That have congealed into one familiar mass.
I don't look. I say, I just think of the ale.
Ooh, they're gonna have to take a couple days to scrape all these boys off the steps.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
This would also be a good time to take a quick break. So let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, 10-minute break here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think we have
yeah.
everybody, right?
I think so.
Sounds like it.
So we can continue a bit here. Hold on. Got a text that I need to respond to.
Okay.
Okay, should be good. So you all make your way to the hapless Hydra, which inside is actually fairly empty. These people are mostly not going to be here. If I can get them to actually go away.
I expected the bar to be packed.
Right?
Everyone's just getting drunk right now.
It's the time.
There we go. With the attack that was going on, people are elsewhere, not at the bar yet.
Hey, lots of seats. No wait.
What? Go for it.
I said no wait.
Oh, no way, indeed. Foley will see you guys enter, and you'll see him kind of duck under the table for a second, and you'll see him bring up a couple of drinks. Say, "This round's on me, gentlemen."
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Thank you kindly.
Nice.
I'm guessing you heard all the commotion with the dragon.
We
We
heard
were
it.
in the middle of it.
Really? Tell me about it.
Yalamar here wrestled it out of the sky. Plucked it like an apple.
No, I did not.
I was gonna say, that seemed pretty impressive, but also, how'd you get away from the wardens and get back here so fast?
Well, see, it's all a trick of the mind. He thought to himself, I'm going to get this dragon and I'm going to tickle him.
He's going.
Sounds
He's
about
going to
right.
assist the dragon in not hurting people.
I
Yeah.
hear that's the way the enforcers have to do some things. They make sure that they're not carrying anything lethal, and make sure they're not thinking it's gonna hurt people. It takes a lot of training to do that, though.
Yeah, you're not going to hurt anyone helping them take a nap. A long nap.
That might get you in some trouble.
No, you just have to convince yourself you're taking them somewhere better. You're like a transportation service. Taking them from this plane, putting them on the next.
Foley, will you put a shot of whiskey in mine and then fill a glass of whiskey and put it into the drink? So it sinks to the bottom.
You want whiskey?
And then another shot of whiskey, but inside of the glass, and let it sink in.
You want 2 whiskeys?
Yeah!
Now, I might have to ask you to pay for that one.
Alright, here's the gold.
Oh, okay.
Can I have a
Rounds on
shot
you,
of
then.
Bud Light?
You'll notice
shot.
he is purposely drawing from taps that he doesn't usually when serving drinks. You remember last time you were here, the drinks were all watered down up here, but the drinks that you're taking from this are not watered down.
Turn on the good pipes.
And he'll grab a very large ale and put it in front of Hjalmar as well.
He'll pick it up and give him a nod and get to work.
I remember.
I go around and
so-
chill everyone's drinks.
Well, thank you, Al.
he'll bring you your whiskeys and not know what you meant by putting one.
Give me
inside
those.
the
Give me
other,
those.
so
It's a
he'll give
Durgar
you both.
thing. Just give me. He pours one in. He lets it sink to the bottom. Oh! Smashes the bottom of the glass on the table and chugs the whole thing.
Alrighty. Anybody else getting anything or?
I mean, I got my thing right here. I'm working on
Oh,
it.
I'm drinking something.
So,
Okay.
explain this to me, Kurt.
Huh?
You've got a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
You're dropping it into another shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
They're both the same kind of whiskey.
Exactly.
So, you're just adding whiskey to whiskey, but in a contrived manner.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the
Apparently, it
taste
tastes
at all.
better that way.
It's a tradition, all right?
Does your kind
Right,
normally have traditions that don't go anywhere?
Guess
Yes.
I'm glad I grabbed a clean on the outside glass for you. As he takes the empties.
Are your glasses normally not clean on the outside?
I
put
give
my lips
people
on these.
refills. And we clean them.
My
What
trust in
kind
you
of
has
establishment do you think I'm running here?
begun- my
Gives
trust in
you
you
a
has,
wink.
my trust in you has begun to erode like the flesh of those people that melted on the palace steps about an hour ago.
It's dark, Gregor. It's very dark.
Might be a little too soon there, Junior.
Well, not for them. It's a little too late for them.
He pulls
Kurt.
the drink that he had set aside for you back.
Oh no, I'm gonna need more of these.
Kurt puts his glass in the air and he says, "To the dead."
To the dead.
Dead.
And Foley will actually take a drink with you with some of that.
Foley, put another glass of whiskey in my I don't
Wait,
know
do you
why,
want
but
another
it's
a third
the
smaller
whole
glass?
glass. The whole
Be
glass.
sure to sprinkle some pixie dust into the top of this one.
Yeah. Do it.
He'll
He also wants
look
3
around.
different colored rocks in it.
You can
I don't
use
know
like cheese or something.
I'm gonna have to clean some stuff. Be right back.
Hold on a second while I go do my job, he says in a mocking voice.
He'll take some glasses into the back room, and you'll hear water and scraping and a whole bunch of muttering from Foley. Durgar trying to make some kind of thing into a thing. I don't get what this is doing. It doesn't change the alcohol.
It doesn't need to.
He'll come back out with like 4 clean glasses for shots like that. He goes, "This is all you get."
Thank you.
Alrighty, hold on.
So what's our plan, gentlemen? We're gonna go to sleep, rest up, and then go hunting some
black
black
scales?
scales.
Well, let's make sure they give us a bounty and a contract and get all that sort of situated to paper. Make sure we're getting our just dues, and then we'll go and make sure these shadow scales know what hit them or whatever.
I prefer if they don't know what hit them.
Yeah, that one. Listen, I've had a few of these, all right? Starting to get Gregory's point. I don't know why I do it.
I would understand if it was perhaps a different whiskey.
Foley, can you get me a different whiskey?
Oh, I got whiskey.
Or drop some of that whiskey into their beer.
Yeah, that's what. Well, that was the original. It was a beer with a shot of whiskey. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know alcohol.
You know, me neither, really. But
All I know is that it keeps my joints lubricated. This is plastic.
Stay away from the flames, Argo. Stay away from the flames.
That was the night we lost Argo.
There's always
Not to the
100
enemy,
proof.
but to the fireplace.
I'm just saying, that was a pretty unfortunate for a lot of people, but however we might spin it. And again, to the dead, of course. But it was fortunate for us. 'Cause we just, I mean, hell, that dragon sold us better than we ever could have sold ourselves.
Don't really feel like we did much selling.
Well, Elmar did. He ran out there and saved that little lizard lady. That shows
yeah,
enough.
You go out picking up a package. That shows how capable we are. Delivery boys.
Well, I mean, we've been down in that dungeon a couple of times. I feel like that's more than enough to prove, but I feel at the very least the dragon put pressure on him to take up the offer.
True enough.
And hell, if we end up actually making a foothold with the Shadow Scale, or hell, even killing that dragon, maybe we'll finally have enough clout to get what we want out of this place.
Yes. What we want. To go trudge up a mountain to kill a dragon, to go back home to kill another dragon.
I don't know if I'll
We
be
don't
killing
know that the second dragon isn't already dead.
I'm pretty sure if we get back, I ain't gonna be interested in no play console.
I've certainly had my fill of councils.
Hell, dragons are pretty old too. Maybe if we, if we kill her and we corner her, hold a knife up to her, and offer her life, we might be able to get some information that others aren't willing to give us. You never know. Then the last minute we turn on her and we slit her throat.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
That's racist.
No.
I was about to say, is that a hit on the fact that they're cold-blooded, or?
Dragons are, at least for the most part, I never met a dragon that weren't destructive as hell or something worse. You show me a nice dragon and I'll change my mind. How about that, Al?
Well, I think the only real difference between a dragon and just normal people is the size thing. There are equally wicked humans.
Oh, of course. Size, power. Both those things tend to corrupt, and if you're born with it, well, then the corruption's born with you there.
Folio call from the other table. Y'all sticking around for a little while?
I am.
I think we've earned it.
I'm not going back out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and huddle.
He'll say, "Alrighty, you're good." Looking back at the other two, and they give you all a nod, and they proceed up the stairs to the back, where the kind of secret entrance to downstairs is.
Wait, I thought that was over here.
It was by the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They will proceed that direction. Yeah, we try to keep some people up here, so if y'all are sticking around, it's probably good enough for that.
Yeah, happy to help.
Right. I think.
What do you think?
We'll be here a while anyway.
Y'all need rooms?
I ain't got a room for myself, but
I think I'm already staying here.
All right. Yeah, your room's still open. We're good. Wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask.
what's our plan for tomorrow?
Go get our cash and then go kill some shadow.
I imagine it'll be a
Scale.
promise of cash, but
Oh no, our cash
I mean,
Not
you're pretty
cash.
optimistic.
with the
Oh,
CHE cash.
yeah. No, I get you. The teleport
Yeah.
tablet, yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea. We should do that. I gotta go commission me a set of plate armor tomorrow as well. Hopefully the stores are still open and the blacksmiths didn't die.
Speaking of that, you and me, we need to talk.
Yeah? What about?
I'd like to commission you.
Well, Kurt's Creations is definitely open for business.
Too catchy.
It's too kitschy, but in a good way. Listen, I have a specialty item that needs to be made. I can show you how to make it, actually.
All right, well, you just show me a diagram and I'm sure I can make it for you easy. I'm pretty well trained in my craft.
Now I gotta figure out how to draw.
Well, you do that. You do that and you get back to me.
All right, yeah.
But I'll...
Argo goes off to do that, just that. Give me a piece of paper, barkeep.
Well, I'll remind each of you we made quite a bit of coin off of our recent delve under the city. Should each of you, I imagine, have some kind of shopping list to prepare yourselves, especially if we are going to engage in this, here shadow scale business. So buy up what you need.
I'm gonna scroll up until I find where our possible magic items that were in town list is. It was somewhere up here.
I think I have those somewhere.
And unless those merchants dipped.
Yeah, let's hope we still have some access here.
They had some nice shit.
Gets gold. None of the shops are open. Fuck!
Damn it!
Every single merchant was on the steps.
These game
Oh,
these
God,
game
like-
devs are fucking me over.
Yeah, I think I do have things here. Still had an unbreakable arrow, pressure capsule, Vox Seeker, boomerang +1, a barrier tattoo, mind lash, amulet of health, and wand of fear between different places.
Oh, man.
Where is
also a
that
bunch of
amulet of health,
merchants.
perhaps, located?
That one would be at the Oasis with Silro.
Can I get a price check on the amulet of health, please?
Price check.
7K.
Woo!
Alright, well, we're about 6.5 short. At least from my wallet. So maybe next time.
1,000 of mine's going towards plate armor.
Yeah, you should be doing that probably, right? Yeah, you would get the
It's
AC
what,
up.
it's what my subclass has, so.
Yeah.
Barrier tattoos are not useful for my subclass. Looking to see if anything.
I also
Your,
had a... Because there was the robe of useful items, at least, from the
A local merchant.
caravan as well. That was not on my list, so I need to look back and see what they've got.
As one thing with monks that is sort of build up a mass fortune and then buy a single magic item.
Yep.
My finger ring of punch good.
Brass knuckles.
Yeah, he was asking 2,000 for the rope of useful items. I think he had a sentinel shield for 400 and a dragon vessel for 200.
I mean, I'm.
Everybody's,
sure.
Dragon vessel is pretty cool.
everybody's
So,
scribbling on bar napkins what they want to buy tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want,
Mental inventory.
I want this. And
There's
this.
also a bunch of potions of healing.
Probably acquire a couple of those.
It's not a bad idea, especially with a cleric that doesn't do their job.
Especially the cleric who doesn't heal.
Who doesn't heal. Oh man.
Oh, there I found the. It's on the announcements. Is where that whole list was.
Okay.
Roleplay wise, Kurt will drink his fill and then find his way to his cot. It is surrounded by metal and all kinds of other things that he has carried out of the subterranean levels of this city as he's taking up a larger
Eventually-
and larger corner in this chapel. Every time the priests approach him, he just says, listen, I'm out of here soon, alright? Tomorrow. It's always tomorrow.
You would find a note on the piles of like, if you're if able, please find a different place for these stockpiles.
Tomorrow for sure.
Tomorrow
One more
for sure.
day. One more day.
Tomorrow for sure.
There's a part of me that's tempted to get the boomerang +1 because it's officially counts as a simple weapon.
Because it's a boomerang +1. Yeah.
And these are the only magic items in the city, like the.
Currently available, yep.
Okay.
Did that include the rope of useful items? Is it on that list?
No, this is the list
Okay.
from like our first shopping.
Right. Yeah, that caravan came in with some more. So there are those three things.
I think I'm just buying full plate. That's the only thing I really need.
Isn't full plate most of your money?
Well, 1,000. I have 1,900.
Oh, okay.
And then I have extra money in metals, but I have to get to selling that. That's pretty much just metal surrounding my bed.
HJ, how much did you need for the amulet?
Too
7K.
much. 7,000.
And you have how much?
1,400.
I mean, if I
Wait,
give you
I
all
think
my
it's-
money,
I think
Still
it can
real
wait.
short, I think.
yeah.
It can wait.
It might be worth you getting half plate.
Half plate? But
What's your
yeah.
dex?
My dex is not good right now. I was waiting for the attribute.
I don't know
of
if
an
that
act-
matters actually on that. Wait, does half plate plus dex? I can't remember.
+2.
+2 from
Dex.
dex. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got a +1 dex right
I
now.
think that's 14 plus 2, or 14 plus 1.
15 +2 is what it.
Well,
for
he's
half
only
plate.
got 1 dex.
Oh yeah, so 16 still.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be way better than where I'm sitting. So, how much is half plate?
800?
750.
750.
I think if we can't do the amulet of health right now, let me get half plate
Getting
then.
your AC up would be good. Because I don't think that hurts
Yeah.
anything else, right? You can still rage.
Yeah, because it's rage is there's no stipulation on like armor.
It's just the unarmored.
Yeah, it's just the unarmored
unarmored
defense,
protection.
which is not doing me any favors right now until I get ability increase. So
I think it's medium armor is what barbarians can use without any negatives.
Yeah.
yeah, while not wear any armor, your AC equals 10 plus Dex plus Con plus any shield.
Mhm.
So yeah, half plate would just
Put you up there.
make that awesome. Yeah. So why don't I'll purchase one of those.
You know,
There's half plate available.
you should also consider purchasing a shield if you're wielding the sword, because the sword is versatile, and you could choose to have a shield on for some extra AC if you need it.
I could, but that only adds 2, right? That would put me at 15 instead of 16. So I may as well
You could have a
get...
shield and half plate.
And half plate. So your half plate's already bringing you to 16. Your shield would put you up to 18.
Okay, so 750 is half plate?
Yep. And then a shield's
shield's
pretty
cheap.
cheap. They're
Like 10 gold.
What's the Sentinel shield, Jacob, for 400?
Yeah.
That is something cool. I just don't remember what.
I forget what it does.
I think it means you don't have to wield it.
I thought Sentinel Shield
magic
gave you
item.
some it was like you can't be surprised.
Maybe.
While holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks. The shield is blazoned with the symbol of an eye.
I could afford both half plate and that Sentinel shield.
That would be sick for you.
Because that would put... Because if plate is what, 750? Half plate?
Yep.
Come on, damn it. 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, that puts me at 1150. I'd be most of my money, but that would be way good spent, so...
Yeah. And then you can choose that. You can keep the shield on your back, choose to have it out for that in a one-handed, or do the two-handed.
Yeah,
Nice
because I'd get the
versatility.
I'd get the extra AC on top of the effect, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
shit. Okay, yeah. So let's do I'll get the Sentinel shield. And then I'll get half plate.
Okay. We can do the actual shopping either beginning of next episode or
Okay.
in between.
Yeah, write your
If you want
shopping
to
list
do
down
some
in
of
your
that.
note. In your notes.
Is there anything else, for the sake of brevity here, that anybody wants to do RP-wise or before resting for the night?
I closed Kurt out, so he's good.
No, I'm
Think
I'm
just-
good.
Sleep
I
and
got
drink.
Everybody's leaving
um,
the tavern with a bar napkin.
I think I'll crack. Kelmar will crack his neck and because it's sore a little bit. So
Helma, what I gotta ask you though, what was up with that? You kind of ran in out there without thinking.
We're simply saving someone that needed it.
Well, I can't fault you for it, but you just gotta be careful.
Mr. Sesh, we didn't want to be saved.
We're gonna need heroes where we're going, I imagine.
I think it also helped our standing.
True.
That's true.
Just keep that enthusiasm. We'll need it.
Ed, did you say that you could dual wield the pistol and the palm pistol?
Yeah, that would be better for you. If you can go out and buy a palm pistol for 150, I can make you your side pistol for 50.
Well, here's the thing. I can build them for half price.
How long does that take you?
I don't know.
Okay, because
It would
normal
take half
building
the time
is
if it's half price. So
if it's it would. It's normal crafting of items, from what I've read, is like work weeks of time. So even if you halved it, you're still working with a couple days. Literally, I can make you my thing in an hour.
All right. Well, looks like I'm getting palm pistol.
There you go. I can make you two in 2 hours.
rather than the little tiny palm pistols like that, are they actual palm pistols?
Oh, I'm making them. I will craft them to.
Could be
If he,
palm pistols.
His,
if-
specification.
if he specifies it, I'll craft it so he can put them on.
Alright.
Like wrist pistols.
Well, I imagine, like, in my head at least, he's a warforged. They kind of come out of his arm.
Yeah, however
He's
you
like
do it, I'll make it. Don't worry.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool. So you all make your way to your respective beds for the evening, and head to sleep. And the nightmares take you again.
Oh, damn it.
Oh no.
The same as every night. You see the flashes of failures from your past, and the only thing that's different this time is that you also see a dragon attack. Not the one that you just were partaking in,
Ooh.
but an older one. One from the battle with the Plague Council against the dragon. You only see bits and pieces of this from your own perspective of fighting with that thing. But you do see many of the people around you fall. This will be added to your memory the following day.
I got some
and
goosebumps. It was kind of, I like that.
will be something that you take with you forward.
Do any of us see any of each other fall?
Ooh.
No.
Okay.
Huh, okay.
Interesting. The past slowly putting itself together.
You can all go ahead and take a long rest.
I thought you were about to say another level.
No.
I was like, yeah! Let's do it!
No.
Still our
I am ready.
This should put you back to full HP, and
Yeah.
now you have all of your level 3 things, and we can kind of come back in and pick this up next time at the start of the day.
Okay.
Good game.
Woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff. Almost,
Lots of stuff.
almost got roasted.
Yeah, I almost got melted. Good stuff. Cool. Thank you over on YouTube for joining us. We will see you for the next one. Take care. Bye!
Bye.
See you guys.